I am making this video so that I can walk our EFP class through the equipment exam assignment. This is a variation of an assignment that I've had for other classes, but just altered for the electronic field production class. So let's get started. So I'm in the content section. This is the assignment. So go to view instructions to see the actual instructions. And yes, it is due during midterm. I mean, not midterms, during finals week. If you get it done sooner, that's fine. Okay. So to go through this, things that you're gonna need, you're gonna be using the equipment from the TV studio. So the tripod, you're gonna have to use that. You're gonna have to use the JVC camera. You're gonna have to be able to set up the tripod, put the camera on there, insert the battery. Also, you're gonna need your own SD card. So you will be putting an SD card into the camera to record the stuff that you do. So something that's kind of important about the SD card, it needs to be a class 10 SD card. This is not a hard thing to find. Most of them are that, but I just wanted to show you this just in case the chances that you accidentally run into something that's not a class 10 SD card. It basically refers to like the speed of how fast the card can write. This is right here is the logo. What looks like a C and a 10 in the middle. And this is just another view of it. It doesn't have to be a SanDisk card. It doesn't have to be 32 gigabytes or 80 megabytes per second or anything like that. But it does need to have that 10. The reason for that is so that when you're recording, it can actually write at the speed in which you're putting video onto the card. So if not, it'll stop in the middle of your recording. So some rules about the assignment before you shoot. So, well, just to put it in very general terms, you're going to be setting up a camera and you're going to be shooting specific shots in a specific order, and then you'll be handing that footage over to me. That's what the assignment is. And it'll take at least you and one other person. And no, you cannot do it as a group. So one person's like, I stand in front of the camera, and the other person's like, oh, I operate the camera, so therefore we both get the same amount of points. No, you do not. So whoever is operating the camera gets the points. That's it. So rules for your shoot. Yeah, you got to use the cameras at the TV station, professional cameras. Eventually, you got to get out of the habit of using your cell phone. You need to know how to use things other than that, and also, use professional equipment. Also, the camera has to be mounted on the tripod for all the shots. You're not shouldering any of this. It has to be mounted and secured on the tripod. Now, you can't ask the TV station staff for help. They may be around, but their only thing is to, if they see you doing something that's going to break the equipment, stop you from doing that. But other than that, no, you will not receive any help on this. So, because this is something, it's part of the evaluation. Can you do this? Okay, and if you can't, you need to figure it out. Now, if you need a refresher on how to use the camera, I have a YouTube channel. On that, I've done this video before on how to set up the camera and the tripod. So you can either follow these instructions in case maybe you printed this out or something. But you can go to my YouTube channel. It's called r.trammell, kind of like how I usually sign my name at the end of messages. So that's the YouTube channel. Click on playlist. Now there's a TV production playlist, and then in that playlist there's a video called Tutorial Equipment Exam Number 1 Part 1. Also watch that, and then also watch Tutorial Equipment Exam Number 1 Part 2. Also on here I've included a link to the video, so if you're looking at this on your phone or something, not some printout, you can just click on it and it'll take you directly to the YouTube video. So anyway, that's ways that you can see that if your memory's kind of rusty. Okay. Uh, where was I? So for the shots, you have to shoot them in the exact order. Okay, the reason why you have to shoot them in the exact order is so that I know that you know what certain shot designations are. How am I supposed to know if you don't know what an OTS shot is if you are shooting things out of order? And I'm like, okay, is this an OTS or is this a reverse angle or a cutaway or what? I don't know. I don't know that you know that if all the shots are out of order. So when you say go from, I don't know, a close-up shot to a bust shot, it has to be in that order. If you go from a close-up shot and he's like, oh, well, I decided I want to do a full shot, well, then I'm thinking you don't know what a bust shot is because you went from a close-up to a full shot. And then you get marked wrong for that. So anyway, not shooting in the order will lower your grade. So now, what you will actually be doing once you have the camera set up and on the tripod and battery inserted, camera turned on, with the zoom in and zoom out is, and you've got your SD card in. Now we're going to get to the part where you are actually recording. And for some parts, you'll be continuously recording from one shot to another. Okay. Uh, So let's talk about this, okay? So, say for the first shot. So what you're going to do is you're going to, have the person, stand in front of the camera. You're going to frame the shot to a knee shot. And also something I want to remind you is that for these shot designations, they're in the Chapter 4 PowerPoint. So you can just go, I'm in student view, so exit from here. The PowerPoint for Chapter 4 is there. And if you need a refresher, you can scroll through here and find out all the shots that you need to know. We've already had the test on Chapter 4, so this shouldn't be something totally new to you. So back to this. So so for your first shot, you have have the person in front of the camera, frame them up for a knee shot, then have them walking left to right with lead room, and then zoom into a bust shot. You are still continuously recording at this time. Okay, hold that shot for about 3 seconds, then zoom out to a full shot / long shot. Then you press the record button in order to stop the recording. Okay, if you don't do it exactly like that, then you got it wrong. Okay. Now, something I say is that, hey, if you mess up a shot, you can do the exact shot again, but don't move on to the next one until you have successfully completed that one. Because if you move on to the next one and then like, oh, well, I'll just circle the block on this and I'll just come back and get it, then I'm going to be completely confused. I'm like, okay, so is this supposed to be this shot or this other shot? So I don't know. So just, if you mess it up on that one, do it again and then move on to the next one. And the next one would be an extreme close-up of a cell phone or a pen, whichever one's around. And then basically tilt up to get a close-up on a face. So you are, press record while you have, that shot framed up on a close-up of a cell phone or pen, then tilt up to get a close-up of a face. Okay, so you still have to remember headroom and know what the framing of a close-up is supposed to look like. It doesn't mean just zoom up into somebody's nostrils or something like that. So anyway, that's covered in the Chapter 4 PowerPoint or lecture. So after you have that close-up of the face, press record. Recording stops. Okay, to stop the camera. Then you frame up your next shot where you have the person, you set them up to do an OTS or an over-the-shoulder shot. Once it is set, then you press record. You have that for just a few seconds, maybe like 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Press record to stop the recording, and that's it. Okay. After that, you can break down the equipment, you can put everything away, and importantly, take your SD card out of the camera. That is what you turn into me. So you turn that into me. If I'm not there at the time that you want to turn it in, then you can turn it in to Mr. Stubbs or Mr. Kelly, and they'll get the SD card to me. Make sure that you tell them who you are, because unless you got your name written on the SD card, I'm not gonna know just obviously who it is. Okay, so now this assignment cannot be submitted online. The reason why is because I've got to see the raw footage from the SD card to know that you know how to complete the assignment. Also, even if you did have an SD card, some of you may not know how to navigate the SD card to get the footage. And anyway, file names can be manipulated and all that. And I'm not trying to go into file forensics or anything like that. So just turn in the SD card. Okay. Um, Also, I will allow, this is something I didn't allow for the other class, but I'll allow to, two people or multiple people to use the same SD card, but at the beginning of the video it must be clear as whose submission I'm viewing. So maybe the camera operator say, hey, this is such and such operating the camera, and whoever, I don't care who you use for your model for the person. They don't even have to be a member of the class. But I do need to know that, okay, make it known that, hey, you can say it, I can hear your voice. Hey, Mr. Trammell, this is, Joe, and this is me doing my such and such, and then do your shots. Okay, so that would work, and then next person who uses the card can do the exact same thing. So, and if you need to go back, well, then after somebody else has already done that, had their turn, you might as well just start over, because it's gonna make it kind of messy. So anyway, that is it for how to do this assignment. Yes, this is your last assignment for people who aren't graduating seniors, and that is it.